Hey everyone, it's Alexander Robinson. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to another edition of Top 5 Favorites. This is the video series where I revisit a movie that I either love or at the very least enjoy, and talk about my 5 favorite moments from that movie. It could be characters, themes, scenes, you name it. And with this weekend seeing the release of Inside Out 2, I figured now would be a great time to revisit the first movie, which came out in 2015, and is one of my favorite Pixar movies out there. It's in my top 10. So without further ado, this is my list for my top 5 favorite elements from Inside Out. Number 5, Riley's Mind. One of the great things about any Pixar movie is that they go to town when it comes to the design of certain places. And Riley's Mind has so many unique ideas and just a ton of creativity put to it. For example, headquarters is basically where the emotions work. There's the memory vaults where all the certain memories are stored that get sent up to headquarters. There's dream productions where the idea that our dreams are just movies being played out and you just enjoy it while you're sleeping. You don't ask questions until you wake up and go, wait a minute. The concept of each personality of a person is represented by an island that's connected to headquarters and core memories. There's just so much creativity put into this movie that it's unbelievable. This is Pixar at their best, especially when it comes to the design department. Number 4, perfect casting. I think the first Inside Out has some of the best casting choices in their entire filmography. Amy Poehler as Joy, Phyllis Smith as Sadness, Bill Hader as Fear, Mindy Kaling as Disgust, and Louis Black as Anger. All of them are so perfectly cast, and their voices match the designs of each of these characters to perfection. My favorite character might just have to be Anger, just because I love seeing this character get irritated by the smallest things. Again, everyone is just so perfectly cast. I am very disappointed that the sequel isn't bringing back Bill Hader and Mindy Kaling as Fear and Disgust, but I haven't seen the new movie, so I'm sure the replacement actors will do a great job as well. Number 3. The score. One of the other great things that Pixar has in their movies are amazing scores, and Michael Giacchino has created some fantastic scores on his own for Pixar movies, and this actually is tied with The Incredibles as my favorite of his Pixar scores. It has a very catchy theme, it knows when to be upbeat and fun, it knows when to be magical and whimsy, and it knows when to pull your heartstrings. I mean, for lack of a better word, the emotion that the score conveys is just fantastic. I'm so disappointed that this movie didn't get nominated for Best Original Score. It won Best Animated Feature and got nominated for Original Screenplay, but I think Michael Giacchino's score should have been in consideration. And I am also very disappointed that he's not coming back for the sequel. But again, Pixar movies have fantastic scores already, so I'm curious to see what exactly will be done with this new movie. Number 2, Bing Bong. Effectively, this character is the comic relief of the movie. He's voiced by Richard Kind, who also voiced Molt in A Bug's Life, and he does just as good a job as Bing Bong as he did Molt, but it's a different type of performance because Bing Bong is definitely more free-spirited, he's an imaginary friend, all things considered. And for a character that is supposed to be more or less the comic relief, he has probably the most emotional scene in the movie. If you've seen and loved this movie as much as I do, you know there's that moment when Bing Bong and Joy are trapped in the memory dump, and they're trying to get out via Bing Bong's rocket, and they fail a couple times, and Bing Bong goes, "Come on, one more time. I've got a good feeling about this." And just as they're about to launch into the air, Bing Bong jumps off the rocket and allows himself to be faded away so Joy can get back to headquarters and save Riley. And his last words are, "Take her to the moon for me," before vanishing. It's a really sad moment and just perfectly encapsulates the themes of this movie. Speaking of which, number 1, sadness matters. In life, it sucks being sad. Like, it's an emotion that we just really do not want to deal with because it drags our day down more than anger or fear does. But this movie really does show us how important this emotion is. As much as everyone tries to push sadness to the side, and I'm talking about the real-life emotion and the character in this movie, we can't really put sadness behind us. Sometimes it's okay to be sad. When we're alone, when we feel like the world is just crumbling around us, it's okay to be sad. And we know that the people that really love us in our lives will come to us and basically support us because of sadness. To be honest, when I first saw this movie in theaters, I didn't expect it to be as deep as it ended up being. And the older I've gotten, now that I'm in my 30s, the more I realize how deep and important this movie actually is. It really is a masterpiece, and I think the theme of sadness matters is what really drives it home to not only be one of my favorite Pixar movies, not only one of the best movies of the last decade, but one of my absolute favorite movies of all time. And that's pretty much 5 reasons why I love this movie. And there you go. Those are my top 5 favorite elements from Inside Out. Now, as of recording this video, the sequel hasn't come out yet, but by the time this is uploaded to the public, I will have seen that sequel, and I will have a review for it sometime this weekend. But before I go, I wanted to give a special shout out to Zap Pictures and Info Channel for becoming YouTube members. Here's your name in the credits. Welcome to the starter pack. And if you want to get early access to all of my videos, you can join the channel via YouTube membership, and the more people join the channel, the more perks and tiers I can create. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to these 4 members right here for joining the YouTube membership starter pack. So until next time, I want to know what your 5 favorite elements from Inside Out are. Whatever they may be, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button to get notifications. If you want to help support the channel even more, you can do so via YouTube memberships, and you can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Letterboxd, Threads, and my theme park and travel channel right here on YouTube. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, have a good day and take care of yourselves.